All right, so we got a cat today because he's a butt. We've been feeding them new wet food because Delilah has early kidney disease. So switching it over, and they really like the change. And don't worry about Delilah. She's 16 years old. Eventually, things happen. We're doing okay. But let's talk about what I read while my cat attacks me. I finished Mask of Mirrors. You guys should know that. There is a review. I will link to that. I had a great time. I actually miss that world so much right now. I want to just read it again. I just loved how it captured me and I just was so invested. So I tentatively gave it a 4.5 stars because I didn't like love the ending, but like it'll probably be like almost a 5-star when I reread it because like I miss it and love it so much. I also finished, guys, Gardens of the Moon. Oh, he's gonna hold it for me. Actually, I can just put it back here, can't I? These things I'm allowed to do? Nope, you can't see that. Haha. So I did finish that. I just actually uploaded today my spoiler vlog. So that's for sure going up this weekend. I have it up there, so I should be able to caption it. It is so long, so it's going to take me a minute to caption that one. But it has all my spoiler thoughts, and I'm going to eventually do a spoiler-free review. I kind of want to have them out the same day, but we'll see if I get my thoughts together in time, because I have so many thoughts. I think mostly positive, but like, how to recommend Gardens of the Moon. Something I will say that I feel like no one really mentions when they talk about Malazan is this book is a complete thought. A satisfying, complete thought, and I was not expecting it. And I was watching my vlog and I was talking about how I don't mind slow-paced things as long as there's payoff that is acceptable. And yeah, the payoff was great. So I'll talk about that more in a review, but you can know that I largely enjoyed my time. Like there was definitely slow, slumpy parts. It was super challenging, like took me 20 days to read, which the last time it took me that long to read a book was like Dance of Dragons by George R.R. Martin. And that was mostly because I was bored. So yeah, I know, being bored with the Song of Ice and Fire book, blasphemy, but I don't think books 4 or 5 are that good. All right, so what am I currently reading? I forgot to talk about this in the last weekly check-in because I forgot I was buddy reading this, which is why I ended up reading this instead of the book I said I was going to read. That's Hexarchate Stories. I think that's how you say it, Hexarchate. These are the short stories for the Machinery's Empire series, which starts with 9 Fox Gambit, which if you've been here for like any amount of time, I love that series so much. And these are a bunch of short little excerpts from that world, and the last story is kind of like a novella that takes place after Revenant Gun, which that's dicey, right? Like I liked where Revenant Gun ended, so to continue the story, but I'm really liking it. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about this series. I will say that if you like Malazan's world building, you should have no issue with Machinery's Empire's world building. But I would say that they're very different books, but I'm just saying that if you like a puzzly world building time with kind of a psychotic main character that you love and adore for no real reason, then yeah, it's pretty great. I'm one day going to, probably after I finish this, do a series, why should you read the Machinery's Empire, because I love it so much. Like, it's just so imaginative. So I was saying that I really liked in Jemison's short story collection how when you do short stories, you can kind of focus on like mundane things that would make no sense in a novel. And that's what we get here. Like there's straight up a story about a cat. It's great. Like, it's just a cat helping a kid go to bed. And I just love that we have these characters in this world and we're getting the normalcy of it. It makes it more vibrant to me. But also there's way more Sheris and Jadao, who are the main characters of the Machinery's Empire series, and I love them both. So any moment I get to spend with them and kind of like see the side stories that authors know that are happening and to see what parts of themselves they put in characters, because there are author notes and they are so funny. Yoon-Ha Lee is hysterical. It's great. I think I was buddy reading this with Lena and Kayla, and we all agree the author's notes are kind of what make this awesome. Like, I think I would have liked it well enough without the author's notes, but with the author's notes, like, it's so good. So that's what I've been reading. I'm really close to being done with it. I'm on the last novella, which is like really good. So that's been great. And so I now have 2 books, 3 if I'm ambitious, that I want to finish. Actually, I forgot to tell you guys about Lonesome Dove. And I should talk to you guys about Lonesome Dove because I see why people call it dark now. So I'm solidly at the halfway point. And I know, I've been taking forever, but it's an audiobook and I knew this would happen. And I don't know how I feel about some of the events that have happened since I've last checked in. So I remember talking to you guys about it, where we've had in part 2, like 200 pages in, new characters were introduced from our main cast that we've spent 200 pages with. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Why are we doing this? It seems kind of late in the game, but okay. And now I kind of got to see a point where, oh, this is why we did this. But I don't know if I like it. And if you've read the book, you understand what I'm talking about. And yeah, there's a lot of dark stuff. Definitely look at content warnings before reading this book. I'll have the story graph linked below, and so what other people have marked, but it's got some graphic stuff. And what I've decided to do is there is a nonfiction, and the book is on my phone, which I'm recording on, so I can't quite tell you, but I definitely wanted to read a nonfiction from the Native American perspective of this time period because this is a Western work of fiction. It was written, I think, in the 80s, and although it's not necessarily being really bad about the representation of Native Americans, I do just want to hear like what it was like to be on the plains from that perspective in this time period, especially because I think it's going to go into the buffalo hunters, which like right now are like my least favorite people. Like I think I always knew that we overhunted buffaloes in America, but like, man, that is something that really comes through. So I think this book does a really good job of not glorifying this time period in America, which I feel like a lot of Westerns do. Like this is definitely like, it's dark, it's boring, it's gruesome, like I don't think it's glorifying it. At least I don't feel like I want to become a cowboy or a ranger right now. So yeah, that's where Lonesome Dove is. So those are officially the 3 things that I've been reading since I last talked to you. I have made no progress on A Court of Winds and Ruins. One day I'll say it right, A Court of Wings and Ruins. I'm gonna say it, that's the title. I haven't made much progress. I do want to keep reading it, but it's not a priority. Like if I don't finish it by the end of this month, I don't care. I know what's going to happen. This is like my 3rd read, so it's not a big deal. But I do have 2 that would ideally want to finish by the end of the month. Be great if I could finish Lonesome Dove too, but I'm not. There's like 18 hours left of that, and even at 1.75 speed, I don't know. We'll see. But I want to start and finish Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. This one is like 810 pages in mass market paperback. I also have the Kindle, so I should be able to read it pretty easily at night on my commute. It should be pretty mobile. Hopefully I like it. I don't really know what I will think. I'm still nervous that it's so long. I did not like how long Assassin's Quest was. So hopefully it has earned its length. I think I've learned that for fantasy, anything less than 700 pages I'm cool with usually. Once you get above 700 pages, you gotta convince me why I'm here for that long, because usually at that point there's potentially like a pacing issue. But everyone really likes it, except maybe I've heard some interesting things from some friends that I trust, so we'll see. But that is for sure a thing that is happening. And then this is the book cover for my book, and this is The Girl in the Tower. So The Bear and the Nightingale sequel, and I wanted to start it this past weekend, but it didn't happen because I forgot about Buddy reading that. But I'm really excited. I just love looking at the pages, and it's just so exciting, and just, this is a reread, so, and it's a very important reread because I want to reread this one this month, and then I can reread Winter of the Witch next month, and then I can do a series review and just bask in the glory that is finishing one of my favorite series again. So yeah, lots of good reading. And then I had a slight update thing. So I'm going to be starting a Patreon, and that Patreon is going to be used to help me with expenses. I'm a grad student in Boston. There's a lot of expenses, and my cats recently have like some old cat medical issue things, so things are more expensive, you know. Gotta do more stuff with the vet, gotta get more food that's more expensive. Things that are reasonable, but I would like to have some additional income to cover that. And so I was thinking about doing a book club based Patreon. But what I've been having issues with is how to start it, because there's going to be multiple tiers and 2 of the tiers are going to have access to the book club. And so what I'm going to do and what you're going to see today is on the community tab, there's going to be a poll for voting for the book club book that's to be read in February, but will be discussed in March. And normally in the future, I'd want the voting to be way more ahead of time so people can use their library and stuff. But just for this one, I'm just going to do it like this. And then once people are in the Patreon, in the Discord, we'll do polls more ahead of time. Like I'd say at least 2 to 3 months ahead of time so people can have a chance to get their hands on the books. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So right now everyone can vote. Normally it will only be people in the Patreon, but I just want to have it be on the radar so that when I introduce the Patreon, I can say, and this is the book we're reading in February to discuss in March. There's also going to be reading sprints. And to make up for the fact that there won't be a book club meeting in the first month, I'm going to do an additional reading sprint. So you can be happy for that. Lots of cool things are happening. I've also just started to get all the graphics finalized for a readathon that I'm going to be doing in March. So things are happening if you keep an eye on this space. And yeah, also no pressure to join the Patreon when it does go live, obviously. It's just, like I said, if people wanted that closer interaction, if they wanted to be a part of a really cool casual book club, I'll talk more about it in an announcement video in the future, but I wanted to get this poll out there before that, so just wanted to let you guys know. And otherwise, that's it. What are you reading this weekend? I am pretty excited. We got Pirates, and I've got a Bear and the Nightingale spinoff, which I can't talk about what's going to happen, but there is kind of my favorite tropes in this. Isn't this a great cover? I really love these. They even come with bookmarks. But otherwise, if you've made it this far, I don't know what you should leave this time. I guess leave something that makes you think of pirates. That could be a ship. I don't know if there's actually a pirate emoji. There might be. And otherwise, if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.